And we are live. Welcome to Usable Live.
My name is Johan.
And my name is Oliver.
We're getting really good at those now. So today we did set up last time we set up a time tracking solution, and we discussed that the next natural step would be to look into project management or management or such related things.
Yep,
Is that something we can do?
I think so. We'll give it a try.
Yeah. At least
We promised it, so we need to do
yeah.
it.
But I mean, after everything we've seen so far, I see no reason why this should work any different than previously.
Yeah. Are you using Usable for project management?
We have actually started to use them to manage like internal meeting calls and stuff, kind of like a CRM, but with like finer notes as well.
Yeah.
So I think it works really well so far.
And
I know that you like to use it a lot more in that space.
a lot. And we just started a big AI project.
Oh,
Today was
yeah.
announced. And
It has been announced now, so now we can actually say what it is as well, right?
And we're using it for that. But that's more about that later.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Leave them
So,
wanting more. That's
yeah,
good.
so let's take a look.
Yeah, so now you're actually going to set up a project management space.
Yeah, so let's look at our workspace. Clarity. Again, this is our case study.
Yeah,
Amazing Clarity,
amazing clarity.
our amazing AI consultancy firm.
And we've been building on this for like what, 3 sessions now, I believe. CRM, Orlando with landing pages, and now then the time management, and now we're at project management.
And we have something up for tomorrow, but
Yes.
more about that later.
Can't give everything away.
I don't know. So Clarity is here, and we have 23 knowledge fragments, 20 recipes, and 5 templates. And if we look at what's in here, you can see all the time entry things here, the forecast, the time entry, and so on. So let's go over to our chat window. And again, we are still using Cursor, and you can see the chats we've had, and this still is this new chat interface that Cursor has.
Yeah, exactly.
We can reveal that we hope to have our own chat functionality inside Usable.
It will make things a lot simpler for.
So you don't need to set things up in an external tool. But
yeah.
But the key point is that yes, even though we will have something inside Usable, it will also be accessible from any tool outside, and that's the key point. That's cross-platform.
I mean, I am just craving the ability to talk to my phone and just have him start storing information. So that's something you would be able to.
I think it's pretty close.
Oh, that sounds nice.
So let's see.
So we'll almost make a video specifically for that.
So project management, what is that all about? Yeah, actually, we don't need to know much. We just ask the agent. So I prepared a prompt here. So in the Clarity workspace, I want to set up project management. Can you help me create templates and define how we should work with projects in this workspace? Okay, nice. So that's project management without too much detail. Let's see. And we've chosen a different model today. It's GPT-5 Codex because we heard it's a bit faster than
the last time.
and the GPT-5. And it looks like it's pretty fast.
Oh, look at that.
So it's done the list workspaces, it's running agentic search fragments, get a specific get memory fragment. So it's looking into what's there. I guess the first step for the agent here is to check, do we already have some kind of project management, or do we have any projects?
Yeah. And then obviously you can maybe build a project based on all the CRM talk that we had previously.
So here's organizing project management setup. Draft project management workflow for Clarity Workspace, including lifecycle, roles, and tagging conventions. Create or update project-related templates. So we're picking templates.
Oh, look at that.
And those are typical project management concepts like milestones, status updates, meeting notes, risk decision logs. And then summarize it. And it's going so fast. There's lots of fragments being created.
I'm kind of already imagining that again, with automations, we could easily feed things in. So if you have already a bunch of tasks in Jira or
Yeah.
Clubhouse or something, this is something you could tap right in and then get all the tasks over.
We have promised to have a session about the APIs in
Yeah,
the not too distant future.
still waiting for those comments to really push through, say they
So,
want it.
and automations, and there are news also on the ChatGPT side with
Oh, yes, that's true.
some automations coming in there to
Yeah.
competing against N8N.
Luckily, we can just use whichever. So we're
Yes,
hoping.
we're using N8N at the moment,
Yeah,
but I think we should experiment a bit with the
I think we should.
new features there.
Especially now that we have proved ChatGPT can connect directly and usable.
It was a bit painful that it was last week that we did that, and it was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I
But
mean, it was still in a beta. So,
yeah, so but a lot of things happen in 1 week, so maybe we should revisit it.
I mean, you could always try. We could always make a blog post or make a live session depending on how much it's changed. And he is just going through and
Yep. So
analyzing
planning,
and
project
creating.
management, documentation, create memory fragment. So, and another one here.
This also kind of lets you say if you had two different tools to project manage with,
Yep.
you could essentially feed them both into usable
Yes.
and then use the templating to make sure
Yep.
that they're all uniform in the same way.
Yeah.
So that all projects run the exact same way in usable.
And you can say that many of the examples we're using here with the Clarity case study are like management stuff, not so
Yeah.
much a developer stuff, although these are systems.
Yeah.
At least that's how we frame them. But one of the key points about usable is that it is for everyone in the organization. It's for developers, but it's also accessible for non-developers or non-engineers.
Yeah.
So one of 3 to-dos. It takes a couple of minutes to set up a whole project management system, but it's slightly faster than developing it by hand.
Yeah, I mean, Jira wasn't built in a day, and
No.
we're kind of building it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. And we might go over to
Just to look at what he's been creating so
yeah.
far. Yeah, we could do that.
So let's see. This was how it looked before, and now we have from here instruction set, project management operating model. So you have the instruction set here. The purpose is to establish a consistent way to run client projects in the Clarity workspace, so anyone can move a project from intake to completion without guessing the next step. So that's
Yeah.
another thing that Usable is brilliant at, and that's to enforce processes so that everyone that's working, whether it's a technical project or a non-technical, that everyone is following the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, the project lifecycle. And I think for now we will just accept this. It's intake, delivery, hold, wrap, archive.
Yeah.
But you could go in and adjust it if you want to adjust the system.
And you could do it through just opening up the fragment and updating
Yeah.
it, or just telling the
Yes.
MCP or cursor to do it.
Yep.
Eventually the chatbot.
So
And he's just going through artifact expectations, so milestones,
always, of
risk
course,
and
milestones
decision
always
logs.
align with a tangible outcome. So that's what a milestone is. It's a
Yeah.
state.
And it kind of also gives you the opportunity to, if you don't really know how to manage a project, you can start telling him, add this.
Yeah.
In which case he might like give you some feedback, being, no, you're missing the milestones or you're missing these details.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas a regular project management tool would not be telling you anything.
No,
You
just find the right form and
Yeah.
and it shouts at you if you're not behaving.
Exactly.
So, it's done. So here's the summary. So created the operating model, added
Yeah.
templates for milestones, status updates, project meeting notes, risk log entry, decision log entry. All templates share consistent required fields, optional context, and tagging patterns. Okay, how do you use the system? It says, start each engagement by instantiating client project initial milestone task. Okay.
Yeah.
Capture weekly rhythm. log every significant meeting, and update risk decision entries. Okay.
One thing I'm really interested there is the risk part, because
Yeah.
that's something that you often don't see in a project management like situation. Everyone talks about it and there's theories, but no one really does it.
Often when you set up a project, you have like a list of risks,
Yeah,
but keeping you
on top of those
yeah,
risks.
and constantly revisiting
Yeah,
and adjusting, and as you learn more, of course, the risk is reduced.
exactly.
So I have another here, and this relates to the Acme uh, project or Acme client. So, and the prompt says, great, now let's create our first project using this structure. The Acme website redesign with milestones, phases, and key deliverables. And just
Look
press
at that.
enter and see if we can get the Acme project set up using this.
Oof. I feel like he's gonna put so many like Looney Tunes memes in there.
And so what we expect now is that we get a project fragment which follows the template,
Mm.
and we get an overview and scope, and hopefully using the knowledge about Acme and the CRM information we have on
Yeah.
all the interactions we've had with Acme.
Oh, and I love that you specifically mentioned website redesign. So you could even kind of feed Orlando into all of this
Yes,
task solving using this.
and so there are a couple of search here, so it hasn't created anything yet. We can go over to,
So he's mostly just looking into what already exists.
yeah, so if we go back and search for Acme. So we have the client, and we have work log and time entry. So we can actually also ask it, the project management system, to take into consideration the time entries.
Ah, yeah. And like retroactively fit them with the project as well.
Yeah. So Acme here, that was a very brief profile of Acme. So that's just
Everyone
building
knows who
preference
they
and context. There was,
I mean, this also kind of builds up to the idea that if you have a really small project and a really small client, you don't need lots of information. Whereas if you
yeah,
have a bigger client, you would eventually have way more. So it kind of adapts to how broad you would like to go yourself.
yeah, we have some sample client testimonials here and so on. Let's see how it's going with the, we have create memory fragment here,
Oh,
and another one up here. So
he's been
we should
creating a
have some
bunch.
new ones now. We go back to fragments and clarity and say view all. We should have, we have the project here.
Oh, look at that.
And it's very structured. So it's very database-like.
Yeah.
And you could, and this is very useful when there's a system, so that it's structured. There are fields that you want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
And
well,
because you're always talking to the AI, it means he will give it to you nicely in a pretty prompt, like
yes.
pretty bow and everything.
And you can also ask for, I wanted the project like this, but I would like some elaborations in a more
Yeah.
friendly, printable format.
And I mean, you could easily also expand this by saying, all right, here's their LinkedIn profile. Go in and scrape everything so
Yeah.
you have everything about this customer.
And here we have one of the milestones.
Oh, web redesign.
Yeah. So target date 25th of October. So we need to start working.
No pressure.
Complete discovery workshops. So, and with deliverables, everything is like project management lingo.
Yeah.
Acceptance criteria, the most important part of a milestone. Stakeholders approve discovery brief and IA map. KPI targets agreed. Decision log updated with approved scope. So,
Okay.
and
That's three
and very important, who is responsible.
Who to blame, essentially.
Yep. Let's see if there are more now. Yeah, we got more. We have discovery, UX design, implementation, and launch handoff. So let's go and check again the chat. It is complete here. So we have 4 milestones and a project description.
Yeah.
And there are some suggested next steps.
I can also just imagine that you could quite easily, for example, the design phase, you could easily set up a specialist using UX design.
Yep.
And then he would actually mock up something that you could give to the customer. Like, is this roughly what we're looking for?
Yeah, and specialist in like in the sense with Orlando, a persona that is a specialist in design. Yeah. So if we take that particular thing, the design phase, so I have a prompt prepared here. It's very brief. And I say, for the Acme project, can you break down the design phase? Is there a design phase? Maybe we call it a UX design phase.
Oh, look at this.
Because that was the milestone.
Yeah.
Into specific task with estimated hours and dependencies. Okay. Let's see if usable is able to return anything sensible here.
This is gonna be fun. And especially because, like, even if you make typos, he can even go correct you and be, oh, yeah. Did you mean this project?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, so he's currently trying to.
So what do we expect here? We expect, of course, task fragments.
Yeah.
Because we're asking for like
concrete, actual.
Work breakdown structure, or break this down into tasks.
Yeah.
So
essentially, he's just checking the milestones and the project and what it actually entails.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so neat.
So, planning UX design task with estimates and dependencies. And what's so nice about it, the agent is doing what we're asking it to do.
Yeah. And I can just also imagine that once you start on your task, it becomes such a natural flow as well. When you solve the task, you tell it, I finished this. And then, like, you just write in words.
And again, there's nothing preventing you from just using voice.
Yeah, except for everyone else in the room if you're embarrassed.
So we have a couple of fragments created here. Let's check.
I'd love to see that.
Here, refresh. And we have a couple of tasks here. If we take them one by one, task to build foundational design system tokens and components for the website. Right. Create mid-fidelity wireframes for critical pages. Let's check that one. Again, very structured, estimated hours and so on.
Yeah.
And
because he's built all this, it's kind of up to you now to go in, review his tasks, and then adjust accordingly depending on who it is that's working on it.
And of course, an obvious next step is to ask. I see here, finished.
Oh, I even gave you a table as well.
Yeah, exactly. So agents are good at this.
Yeah.
And all tasks are tagged. And you could assign owners and spin up associated meeting notes and update dependencies and so on. But I have another prompt here. So let's update the project status. Mark the discovery phase as complete and show me our progress in the design phase.
Nice. Which means that now we will actually see like a visualization of some kind.
Yeah.
Or at least progress report.
And this was a bit formal, let's just say, let's update the project state to make this. I would normally, when I use this, I would just say discovery phase complete, exclamation mark. And that is just as good.
Like now that we're like using these prompts that are nicely formatted.
And we could just as well reveal it right away that all of these prompts have actually been done by Usable.
Yeah.
We just tell Usable what we want to accomplish, and then we have the script with all the exact nice scripts.
So we're actually looking at a script. If you can't tell, this amazing facade that we're currently running. Yeah, it's pretty mind blowing that all of our sessions are actually generated and stored in Usable.
Yes.
In the specific structure that we want it to be in.
And we get the suggestion from Usable, and then we just adjust.
Yeah. And I mean, when I had to join this session, I basically just asked the AI, okay, what's on for today?
Yeah.
And I just said today. He figured out that 7th of October, this is what's on. And then I asked, is there anything I need to take, like, consider before we start? And then he just gave me a list of this is what we talk about, outcome, end. And it becomes so easy, much easier.
And here we can see the result here. Discovery closed, design underway. So the milestone Acme Core
Yeah.
website redesign discovery strategy is complete, and the next milestone is active. So there's a design phase snapshot, all the bells and whistles here.
So he even managed to make sure that the next milestone is like in focus now.
Yeah.
Because we finished the first one.
Then the next question is, are we on track?
Oh.
So here's the prompt. Show me the time entries logged against the Acme project. And those time entries we did yesterday.
Yeah.
And compare them to our estimates. Are we on track?
How much do we owe compared to how much they owe?
Yeah. And really, we built the system, or we asked the agent to build the system in our image, and with all the knowledge that is about amazing clarity, our case study. But we can always adjust the system to our needs. So this is very different from just buying a system off the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's very different from coding everything yourself, even if you use some agent to help you, because it only takes a couple of minutes and then you have the system.
Yeah, and you can always like modify it by changing it into something that makes more sense later.
Yeah.
And we're kind of pushing for this concept now where you don't buy systems that you have to like adjust your corporate like structure to function to like up against that specific software. Instead, you're just molding the software to match your business.
So here we have an estimate, and it says project budget 620 hours, and we've logged 8.25 hours. So we're just getting started.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So overall tracking comfortably under burn, no scheduled risk indicated by hours.
And we already finished the design phase. We're so good at this.
So, and then I think we might be stretching it now, but now we're introducing a new project, the TechFlow Conference project.
Oh.
And create a dashboard showing all active projects, their status and resource allocation. Let's try that one.
Oh, like that, yeah.
So the whole idea is that you can get dashboards, and still we're using usable as the database, and
yeah.
And again, you can do that. It might not be optimal for large projects or large and complex stuff, but if it's things like this that where you actually want to be able to adjust and it's manageable, then you're fine. And you can always connect to other systems as well.
Yeah. And I mean, just you wait. There'll be cool features coming out at some point that will just completely take over.
Yeah.
And you can just use this as your complete data source, and that's it.
And
so that's coming out later.
So the aim is for you to have just a shared memory for the whole team, whether that's technical people or non-technical people, and being able to talk with it and use any tool you want to.
Yeah, and the most powerful thing of all of this is that you can so seamlessly just join things that you would never actually consider joining because they're completely different ends of the business.
Yeah.
And you would be able to just tell it to compare these two things. And anyone can do it. It's not, oh, you have to ask the developer, hey, can you do this for me? No, you just do it yourself using natural language.
So I had expected a web page, but let's leave that for now. We did that the other day on the CRM, but we have a new fragment which is called Dashboard, Active Projects Overview, which is also pretty nice to have. So checking that out now. So what is the... there you can see.
Oh, look at that.
We have the Dashboard, Active Projects Overview, summary, aggregated view of all active and planned projects, and we have the Acme website redesign project and the TechFlow conference project. and we have the resource allocation, everything
Yeah,
across the board.
even down to the people as well.
I think I have a final one here.
Yeah,
Retrospective, that's one thing in project management as well.
and that is one that's often kind of just been like, "Ugh, let's just not do it," because it's just, again, it's another process you have to get right every time, and then eventually you just get tired of it. Whereas here, you just ask and then you have it.
Yeah, so here the prompt is the discovery phase for Acme is complete. So that it was complete just before.
Mm.
Can you help me create a retrospective documenting what went well and what we can improve? And of course, if you were using this over several days, you would add transcripts from meetings.
Yeah.
There are loads of AI agents that could help you with that. And you just load that into Usable. You get the whole story, and that also helps with the retrospective.
I mean, that's kind of also what we've been doing internally as well.
It's already here. So we have the meeting, capture wins, link decisions, and follow up flagged. So if we go back to...
So he even comes up with like actionable things that you could do with this retrospective.
So we had the dashboard, now we have the retrospective here. So meeting in Acme Corp, website redesign, meeting type is retrospective, and here are the people that attended and so on.
Yeah.
And of course, this is sample data, but in reality, you would feed this with real data.
And like you would do this essentially like anyone would do every day as you finish tasks. After every meeting, you store this transcripts and take notes.
And I guess we could go on for hours on this.
Yeah. And I mean, it's endless what you can do. Because like one thing I can imagine right now would be so neat would be Scrum Poker or the Sprint Poker.
Yeah.
Like everyone would say what they think they could, like how they could finish the task, and then Usable could say, all right, this task should go to that person because clearly he can do it the fastest.
Yeah. And you mentioned Scrum or any other methodology.
Yeah.
It's your decision. What kind of...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
What kind of project management methods you want to support or focus on, or...
I mean, you can even ask him as well. Like, okay, this is my project. These are my projects. This is my team. What methodology should I use?
Yes. I think time is up.
Yeah. I mean, can't have fun forever.
So, what's on for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we will be looking at, what was it? I already forgot. We mentioned it at the beginning.
I'm asking you because I'm planning this. You're going to demo tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Now, we'll be looking at ticket processing. That's the one.
Yes.
So essentially, now we've created tickets.
Yep.
And the question is, like, how do we go from that point on?
So that's something we know from our daily work, and you know a lot, that you get some support requests.
Yeah.
And how fantastic Usable actually is to help you process those.
Exactly. And also just to like log these issues for future times when these like support tickets come in again later on.
Yep.
And then we'll demonstrate how you can solve them even faster the next time.
So tomorrow it's ticket processing.
Ticket time.
And with those words, I think it's time to say now you should go and make something usable.